What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video today. I want to talk about Anthony Richardson. There was a story, an article put out by Stephen Holder on ESPN today, and went through. There's a lot in it. Stephen Holder made his way to Jacksonville to watch Anthony Richardson do a workout and kind of talking to him, talking to his private quarterback coaches, trying to get a feel for what's going on with Anthony Richardson. I thought that there was a lot of really good stuff in there. Stephen Holder was able to get a lot of good information put into this one. And it's just an update on where our quarterback is, right? There's a lot of people, of course, we're hopeful that Anthony Richardson can stay healthy. And I'm the kind of person like, I'm just going to assume he's going to stay healthy, right? This is a guy, you got to remember, he's only about to be 22. He turns 22 next month. So he's still really young. He's younger than a lot of the quarterbacks coming in to the league this year as rookies. A lot of these guys that are about to be drafted, Anthony Richardson's still younger than them. So growing into his more manly body still. And as eager as he is to get back to playing football, you have to assume he's going to want to make sure he does everything he needs to be able to stay on the field, right? You look at this quote that he said to Stephen Holder. He said, "I've never waited this long to get back to playing football. I'm just on a mission this year. Once that mission's complete, then I'll be good." So for him to be hungry to come back and to be missing football this way, and it's never taken him this long to get back to playing football, then that hunger is going to grow. And again, boom, he's going to be doing the things that he needs to take care of himself. Now, also, there's the experience of seeing how other veteran quarterbacks are both preparing for the games and keeping their bodies in shape throughout the season, keeping themselves ready to go. Now, Gardner Minshew, Joe Flacco won't typically be taking the punishment that Anthony Richardson will, because Anthony Richardson runs the ball and he's a physical guy. But again, I've talked a lot about this in the past about Anthony Richardson needing to be more like, Lamar Jackson. From Anthony Richardson needs to be Anthony Richardson, but like Lamar Jackson does such a good job of avoiding contact. He gets a bunch of yards, gets a lot of first downs, makes a lot of really game-changing plays for the Ravens, and does so with his legs. But he does such a good job of avoiding contact. Even if he's going in between guys, he gets down on the ground soon enough to avoid contact. And a lot of times, Lamar Jackson can avoid contact where two defenders are hitting each other, right? Teammates, friendly fire type deal, sometimes getting injured, sometimes not. But Lamar Jackson, great at avoiding contact. When he knows he needs to just turn straight to the side, get out of bounds real quick, he's getting out of bounds. If Anthony Richardson can learn those kinds of things, right, and like make those a habit, of course, he can figure it out, right, over time, be able to figure it out. But as he's continuing to rehab to bring himself back from this injury and continuing to work on throwing the ball again, I think that's something that he should stay conscious of, continue to try to learn, right? Muscle memory type stuff, right? Do some rollouts, and then have a coach on the side with a bag. And when he gets to a certain point, boom, we're just going out of bounds, right? Don't worry about taking contact, get straight out of bounds, and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. I assume it's something that's been on his mind a lot for a guy that's talking about haven't waited this long to get back playing football. Then you have to assume gonna be very eager to keep himself on the field. And the report was talking about how, like, just this week specifically, or in the past week, there have been 5 different throwing sessions for Anthony Richardson in these rehab sessions, and he's thrown the ball over 200 times. And there are times where the quarterback coaches that he's working with want him to rein it back a bit, especially when he's doing more high velocity type stuff. But they also know when to shut him down, and they're keeping everything monitored. It's they want to cap him at 40 throws a day. He went a little over a couple of times, but just trying to perfect things. That was one thing in the article I thought was really interesting. Something that I like a lot as a fan is the fact that Anthony Richardson missed. It was supposed to be his last throw of a session, and he missed it. He was off a little bit, so he said, "Okay, give me another one. Just let me have another one. Let's get it right." He missed again, had another opportunity, and then they were able to finish. So Anthony Richardson, at this point, is still like he said a lot of the right things last season, and we never really got to see everything that he could really bring on the field, which is kind of what he was talking about when he said people didn't really get to see everything I could do on the field. So it's kind of like my rookie season still, but now I've gained a lot more knowledge and understanding about football and the NFL. So I'm a rookie at heart, but now I'm slowly turning into the leader that my team needs me to be. I'm ready for every opportunity that's in front of me. So it's really encouraging to see that he has the drive and the passion and the want to get out there, be on the field, the want to help his team win. Right? This is a guy that wants to be great. He said it since the moment he was drafted, like he's trying to be the greatest. And he has the tools to be able to do it, like really, like the physical tools. He can throw better than everybody thought he could coming into the league. And that's only going to continue to get better as he continues to develop through his career. Again, getting back to throwing the ball now and relearning, that muscle memory that he had. And this time, doing it in a way like he can make himself better through this whole process as he's relearn the perfect way, right? Whatever that is for quarterbacks, whatever that is for him, just relearn how to be himself, working better, working to get better. And I think Anthony Richardson can have a huge year, right? This is a guy that if he stays healthy, the sky's the limit for this football team, right? With everything that he brings, like we could be talking about like Lamar Jackson didn't start every game in his rookie year and was actually teammates with Joe Flacco, took Joe Flacco's job. Then his second year ends up winning the MVP. Now, it's a long way away and a lot's got to happen. But Anthony Richardson could be the MVP of the NFL with as talented as he is. He could be the MVP. Now, the odds on that are at plus 3,000. So if you're somebody that gambles, maybe sprinkle a little bit on that. Because if Anthony Richardson stays healthy, I could definitely see that being the case, right? Just like I've mentioned a bunch before. Maybe you're new to a channel and you haven't heard it, so I'm going to say it. Like, if Anthony Richardson stays healthy last season, I believe the Colts win at least 11 games, maybe 12. So for everything that we've talked about, we're not really doing anything different. We just keep bringing our own guys back. We didn't make the playoffs last year. The big difference is that a lot of guys got hurt last year, mainly Anthony Richardson. We didn't have Jonathan Taylor for like half of last season, right? There were other guys that were on the list, right? Dallas Flowers gets hurt with the Achilles injury. Juju was out for most of the year. Like the Colts ended up with some significant injuries and they still won 9 games. If we can have better luck this year and Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, this team is still dangerous, okay? So we're going to talk more about that point tomorrow in a video. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get notified when that video drops. We're going to continue to try to come up with different content every single day through the off season. So again, make sure you have those notifications so that you get notified anytime a video does come out. But of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself. Take care of each other and go Colts.